Oh, what's going on, YouTube fam? There you are again. I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm the only one in here. Building's empty. All by myself, as per usual. Back with the Ninja ZX6R 2019. Today, we are going to swap out the stock levers with some cheap Chinese levers. I already did the Yamaha R3 a while back. And they're pretty cool. I don't know why they fold up, but my new ones fold up too. I think it's in case you dump your bike, maybe they get out of the way. But they have a couple modes of adjustment. And they're green and black, and they match the bike. And mine are gonna be green and black and match my bike. Pretty cool. I still gotta get rid of that blue ring around the wheels. I finally got a heat gun, so I'm probably gonna go around and take them off here shortly and replace them with some green maybe or something. I don't know yet. I should replace that white Ninja with a green Ninja sticker. Anyway, here's the levers I got. I can't remember, I think I actually ordered these off Amazon, but they're definitely from China. Umotech. 100% brand new. That's always reassuring when they have to put that on the package. But yep, looks just like the ones on the R3, except these ones say ZX6R on the front, which I like. They're kind of like shorty levers, but you can adjust them if you want to full length levers. And then these also fold up. Very weird. And then they have some levels of adjustment there to move the handle closer to the, move the lever closer to the handlebars or farther away, or whatever. Lever. Do you say lever or do you say lever? Is it lever or is it lever? I think you can say it both ways. I think only the weirdies say lever though. And then there's fulcrum. There's fulcrum in there somewhere. I don't know what that means. So, anyway, we're gonna start with the hard one, which is the clutch lever. It's got the cable and everything attached to it. Watched a few videos online, and it looks fairly easy. So, well, you know how it goes in the old Benimoto garage. We'll see how easy it is. Tools you're gonna need. You're gonna need a wrench to loosen the, where is that here? This cable nut. So you need a wrench to loosen that. They say 10 millimeter box end wrench. Of course, this is a Harbor Freight special, so we'll see how good that works. And then a 5 millimeter hex or Allen, whatever you want to call it, Allen wrench. And you're gonna need some grease. I don't have any actual hard grease, like thick grease. So I'm gonna spray some of this lubricant on there for now, or maybe not. We'll see if there's grease on it. I just won't wipe it off. I'll just use the same. I don't know. I don't know. You know. I don't know. I'll do it how I do it, and then you can tell me in the comments how wrong it is. So that's just usually how it goes. Let's just do that. All right, let's go. All right, we're gonna start with the hard lever. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to take this whole assembly off. There's some electronics down here. There's a little clip. I don't know if, yeah, you can see that right here. So we got to unhook that, pull that out. Nice and easy. All right, we got it. Nice and easy there. And then there are the two Allen wrenches, like I was saying. Well, I'll tell you what. Oh, see, I didn't even need a wrench for that. That loosened right up. That was the cable nut. Okay, we'll loosen that up. Awesome. Go ahead and loosen the whole thingy, I guess. Let's go ahead and take, there's these two Allen wrenches on, or Allen bolts on this side that are holding the entire thing on the handlebar. So if we take those out, we can pop this whole lever assembly off, and then we'll be able to flip it upside down and see the cable where it goes in, and we'll see the 10 millimeter bolt that's holding the entire thing together. So let's do that. Let's do that. Let me get you all set up there. That wasn't even on there that tight either. It was an accident waiting to happen. Oh, that one was really loose. Oh my gosh. Someone's setting me up for failure. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys want to see, because I'm starting to run out of ideas. I am thinking about grabbing the Pirelli Diablo Rosso 4 tires, though. That'd be cool because, you know, old Benny Moto's been trying to wheelie for a long time, and I just can't wheelie. These tires are too hard, so I'm going to get some soft, grippy tires. Maybe I can do some wheelie. Okay, so there you go. I'm just going to put that in my pocket. Okay, and then we'll bring it back around this side. All right, so there you go. Now you can see the line here. We want to line all these up. If you turn all these knobbies here correctly, I have to spin that one back around one turn. You'll line that cable up perfectly in there, and now you'll be able to pull that cable out. It might take some pulling, but we are going to pull up and then over because the casing of the cable is actually in there. So this top one, you want to tighten that as far as you can, but you also got to make sure that you can line those up. All right, right there. It's as tight as or close as we're gonna get it. All right, just gonna pull it up, which it's right there. Oh, almost had it. There we go. There we go. Cable is out, baby. Look at that. Nice. Okay, so now we have the lever, and we want to take this 10mm nut off. And the top is actually has a hex head on it, and it's being captured right here. So it can't actually rotate. As long as you hold your thumb on it, keep it down in there, it won't rotate. So we're going to try to take this off with the 10mm, crappy 10mm wrench from Harbor Freight, from the old Harbor Freights. Now, it's hard to get in there, and I don't think you can get a socket in there. I don't think, yeah, you can't because it's too close. Man, the lighting in here sucks, bro. It's too tight right there. So you got to like loosen it with this wrench, but you're only going to be able to do like small turns at a time. Oh. Yep, that's just what I figured. This crappy wrench is not going to work. All right, so I messed with it a little bit, and I think what I'm going to wind up doing is taking these two Phillips head screws out and taking this little, the electronic switch assembly off of here so that I can get to that nut, because all I'm doing with that crappy open-end wrench, now if you got a better wrench, it would probably work, but there's so much slop in that wrench that I'm just going to wind up rounding that nut off. So I'm not even going to risk it anymore. I'm going to go ahead and take these two Phillips head screws out, and maybe we'll be able to get to that a little better, I hope. Awesome. That was actually fairly easy. So I may even recommend just taking that switch assembly off there, set her aside, and now I have a whole bunch of room that I can get around there. Let's try it again. Now I can get the actual box end on it. There we go. And that was a lot easier. Some of the videos showed just taking your time and, you know, just a few little quarter turns at a time, but it wouldn't even go. All right, we'll pop that out of there. Pop that pin out. Now, like I said, I'm not going to wipe any of that grease off because I don't really have any grease to put back on it at the moment. So I'm just going to leave that grease on there. Okay, we're going to pull that out. Now you're going to have to hang on to this big blocky part because that's got to go back on your handlebars, and that's where your cable and everything hooks up. So we'll hang on to that. Stay. And then we're going to have to take this handle assembly apart because you need the bushing that's in there. And it's covered in grease, which is awesome. And I think there's a spring in there too. You got to be careful. You might launch a spring out of there. Yeah, bushing out. It's looking like there's a groove in that bushing on this one end. And I took that, I pulled it straight out. So I'm going to put that groove back in the same way I pulled it out. All that should be done. So here is the new lever. Pretty sweet, bro. Pretty sweet. Okay, bushing. I'm gonna go straight in. Bushing in. That assembly there, back on. Pin in, all covered in grease. I'm not, you want to put new grease on, go ahead. My bike's not that old, so, I mean, it's 2019, but I haven't ridden it that much. Okay, so then, this nut back on. Nut is on. Now I gotta put the little switch assembly back on. Alright. And that goes back on just like that. Because you want this plate here to hit your switcheroonie. Okay. Heck yeah, bro. Awesome. Look at that. Let's get her put back on, shall we? All right, so we're gonna try to get that cable back in there first. The cable goes in the hole. The cable goes in the hole on the lever first. And then you gotta line your, you close your lever all the way. Line your slots up there. And then we're gonna pull again. And there she is, in the hole. Do you see that? Maybe? There you go, right there, look at that. Awesome. And we'll just go ahead and just turn that so it doesn't pop out on us, which I don't think it will. And now to reattach her on the handlebars. Now if you forget what position this goes in, let me zoom you in here. There is, it's very hard to see. I guess it's not that hard to see. You see that dot right there? That dot will line up with the seam on your hand, up here. So like right where this seam is, where the two halves come together, that's where you're gonna put right on that dot. Or you can put it wherever you want it. But if you want it back where it was, you've got to put that seam right on that dot. It's gonna be almost impossible to see with me doing it. So I'm just gonna put it on there, and there you go. That's how you gotta do it. What am I missing here? I'm missing a part. What do I do with it? What? Oh, it's in my pocket. Okay, now we're back to our Allen wrench. There we go. I'm going to put mine right back on that dot for now because I don't know. I felt like that was pretty comfortable for me. I'm going to crank these down a little tighter because they were not tight. Yeah. All right. Now our cable is super loose, but that's fine. Now we're going to tighten that up by unscrewing that. We're going to unscrew that top nut. So you got the big nut here that turns, and then you have this little one back here. So we're going to unscrew that. You can almost see the lever moving. As I tighten this, that lever's moving out because I'm tightening up that cable. Now you want a little bit of play. Yeah, you want a little bit of play. Make sure you turn your handlebars all the way, one way or the other, so that you don't have the tension on there. That doesn't make any sense, but you know what I'm saying? A little bit of play. And I like that. That's just enough play, I think. Just enough. I can maybe tighten that a little more. Oops, wrong way. Yeah. Just enough play. And then we're going to lock down that big nut. And that's what those big pliers are for. You gotta have something that'll open wide enough. This is the only thing I had laying around, this big bulky pair here, but you gotta have something that'll open wide enough so you can tighten that. There you go, a little bit of tension, you don't need to crank it. There we go, that looks amazing. Look at that, how awesome does that look? It's way too far out, so we're gonna crank that all the way in. Yeah, buddy. It came with, actually came with an Allen wrench because there's a couple of nuts and stuff that you can tighten up. Came with it, but you see how short they are? They're actually pretty short. I kind of like it. Good two-handed, good two-finger bars, and then you can always loosen this, adjust the screw here, and then that green part will actually slide out if you want a longer handle. But I like the short ones, pretty short. Yeah, that is nice. Yep, that's nice. Okay, now we're gonna go do the easy one. That was, man, look at how sharp that is. Dang. Them Chinamen, they know, you know, they know what they're doing. Okay, this one's supposed to be a lot easier. This one is basically just 10mm nut on the bottom of this flathead. Straight slot, you say straight slot, you say flathead. See, I grew up saying straight slot, but everybody I know says flathead. Now, here's the thing with this one. There is a 10mm nut, lock nut on the bottom. That has to come out. Then you unscrew this bolt, because this bolt is threaded in to the unit, to the housing. It's not threaded necessarily into that lock nut. That lock nut is just an extra safety nut on the bottom. So you got to get that nut off, and then you have to unscrew this bolt. It doesn't just pop out. So it's going to be too hard to see, but underneath this straight slot or flathead, whatever you want to call it, is a 10mm nut. Just got to get to it. I can't get to it. There it is. Wait a minute. I'm going the wrong way. Oh my gosh. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Oh yeah. Oh, lost my shirt. There it is. That was easy. Okay. And then you can get that off with your hand, which is weird for a lock nut. Oh, it's not a lock nut. It's just a nut that is used as a... I gotcha. Okay, now this should unthread. Oh yeah. Yep. I mean, it also acts as a pin, but it unthreads also. And that's it. Okay. Now this one, you just got to give it a little wiggle. And then you want to pull it straight out, because there's a pin in here. You don't want to break that pin off. You know, your switch pin or whatever you want to call it. And that is it. That is hideous, dude. It's a giant lever. Don't worry about that right there. Okay, so now this new lever. Super cool. Look at that. That's so awesome. ZX6R, baby. Okay, this goes in. Now, there's a brass pin. You see that brass pin in there? It looks round. There's actually, you got to rotate it because there's actually a hole. There's a hole in that brass pin where this button on the bike has to actually go into that slot. So the brass pin does have a hole in it. It can't just go in anywhere. So you got to make sure you get that in there. And that's like impossible. You just have to, you're gonna have to feel it. You're gonna have to feel it. And I don't know if I got it right. I think I did have it, and I just pulled it back out. I think I got it. Yeah, hear it? That's what you want right there, buddy. This screws back in, tight her down. Put your lock nut back on the bottom there. Go the right way to tighten it. Oh, tight. And that's like, that was the easiest install of anything ever that I put on this bike so far. How about that? Look at that, boy. That is sick, man. That's awesome. All right, listen, if you guys have any ideas for any other mods, I'm gonna get new tires. I'm gonna put some green accents around the rims because that's pretty sick. And then I'm gonna get the double bubble smoked out windscreen. I still gotta do that. I might do something with the mirrors yet. I'm not sure. Like I might change the mirrors out to something a little different. And I've been dabbling with some 3D printing. So I'm thinking, oh, I want to get a new chain too. But I'm thinking right here where I took those passenger pegs off, you know how they sell things you can put in here. But man, is that stuff expensive. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to look into like 3D printing some stuff. I got some CAD software that I can design and 3D print maybe something out of green filament that I can stick on there. That would look pretty sick, right? Look at that thing coming along. Look at it. Yeah, right, man. That's sweet. It's looking good, dude. Looking good. All right, y'all. If you enjoyed that video, as always, thumbs up. Hit that bell icon so you know when more videos are coming up. And don't forget to subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next one.